Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Medical Moment with Dr. Valerie Walker. I'll be your host over the next 10 minutes or so, telling you how you can defeat and even live with diabetes, this monster that seems to be taking over our society. Now, just remember, for the purpose of this talk, there are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 1, you're usually born without insulin, and we usually see it at birth in young people. And then type 2, we used to say old folks diabetes, but now we've changed all of that because we're seeing more young people now with type 2 diabetes because of all the junk food and the fast food that they're eating. So we had to kind of redefine it. So type 1, type 2, but today for this, we'll be talking about type 2 diabetes, how to defeat it and how to know your numbers so that you will live a long and healthy life. And the first number you need to know, is actually CAB, C-A-B. The C stands for cholesterol. You need to know your cholesterol level. And your cholesterol is this waxy substance that's produced in the liver and found in a lot of foods. You have your HDL cholesterol, that stands for high density lipoprotein. And you have your low density lipoprotein. And what you want is your high and your low. That's the best way I can let you remember that. And you'll find all this information also in my best-selling book. So know your cholesterol. If anybody asks you your cholesterol, you should be able to just blurt it out, just like you can blurt out your birthday. If you don't do like most people, especially women, kind of fibber on that, you can know your cholesterol. The A stands for hemoglobin A1C. This is a test we do on diabetics to tell what your sugar has been doing over the last maybe 3 months. So don't go faster when you're going to get your blood work and you know you ate 4 donuts last night, and then you go get your hemoglobin A1C checked and you tell your doctor when they tell you it's high, and then you tell the doctor, oh, it's because I had them donuts last night. No. Had nothing to do with those donuts last night. Your blood sugar could be elevated that morning, but the hemoglobin A1C, it kind of tricks you because it takes us back in time to let us know what you have been doing all this time before the donuts. And after you get to the donuts, your blood pressure. You want to know your blood pressure. And the ideal blood pressure for diabetics, and write this down, should be at least 130/70 or less. The hemoglobin A1C need to be under 70. That's according to the American Diabetic Association. But if my diabetics come in under 7, I am so happy. The total cholesterol has to be low, usually under 200, and the LDL needs to be way under 100. So you want to get those numbers under control, and you want to know them and keep a record of them. I tell everybody, go to the store and get your little dollar notebook and keep a tab on your numbers, CAB for CAB. So that's one way we're going to defeat this monster. The other thing you're going to always do when you have diabetes is you're going to watch what you eat. Most people don't know. They tell me a diabetic said, my most favorite fruit is watermelon. And I have to, I feel so bad when I have to just bring them down to reality and tell them it's a lot of sugar in watermelon. And the way you're going to remember this is the bigger the fruit, the more the sugar. The smaller the fruit, the less the sugar. So you want to lean toward the smaller fruits like berries, blueberries. Martha Stewart has always been a proponent of blueberries, and actually she's right. And don't tell me you don't like blueberries, they like you. And they're strong and antioxidants. So you're really eating for your health, not so much what you taste. And because if you eat enough of these type of foods, guess what? You're going to start liking them. So on your plate, you want to make sure you got tons of good vegetables, some fruit, your lean meat, and stay away from refined carbohydrates like things made with sugar and all these things, high fructose corn syrup. You want to stay away from those. And like I talked about in previous stores, make sure you don't drink soda, nothing but pure high fructose corn syrup. And diet sodas are no better, because with diet sodas, then you got salt. So water is your best beverage all the time. So you want to do that. Only thing you want to do with diabetes is check yourself at the buffet. Just because it's a buffet and it's all you can eat, it don't literally mean eat the whole buffet. I see y'all go up there thousands of times to the buffet when you know you full. There is no capacity left in your stomach for all the food that you're eating, but you stuffed yourself and you stuffed yourself, and then you wonder why the sugar is high, why you feel sluggish and tired all the time. It's because you went to the buffet 6 times and then you tried to slip some of the buffet stuff out the door in your purse. Come on now, let's don't do that. They're watching you and they know you're doing it, but they just don't want to embarrass you. So eat what you like, mainly healthy things. They always have salad bars. So fill up at the salad bar, eat your meal, and then go home. Don't try to stuff yourself. Okay, so that's at the buffet. Now you want to get control of your vision. Always get your vision checked. Diabetics have things called diabetic retinopathy, things that the sugar affects the eye, can make your vision get very, very blurred. You're prone to cataracts, glaucoma, and also you want to get that vision checked at least once or twice a year. Just talk to your doctor, and they'll tell you how many times they want you to see your eye doctor. So stay on top of your eye health. The other thing you want to stay on top of is your foot health. Make sure you look at your feet every night. And if you got so heavy you can't bend over and see the bottom of your foot, have somebody else in the family look at it for you, because sometimes the feeling kind of goes out in a diabetic foot. And I had a patient one time had a nail in his foot and he didn't even know it. He didn't even feel it. And the foot came in ferociously infected. So always check your feet and see the foot doctor. And again, ask your doctor how many times a year they want you to see the foot doctor. And another thing that's very important in diabetes that you always want to check is your dental health. You want to keep up with the dentist. See the dentist at least twice a year, if nothing more than to get a good cleaning. Because there again, diabetes, because the sugar is lurking somewhere, guess what bacteria like? They like sugar just like you do. Can give you gingivitis and all kind of cavities and problems with your teeth, because chances are you've been eating wrong anyway, subjecting your teeth to all these sweets and sticky candies that stick to your teeth and all. So you want to see the dentist, you want to get them clean, you want to brush your teeth at least twice a day, especially at bedtime, because you don't want to go to bed with all that food and stuff trapped between your teeth, and you want to make sure that you floss to get all that food out of your teeth. You want to do that also. So make sure you keep up with the dentist, keep up with your eye appointment. And the other thing you want to do, I'm not going to leave that out, you've got to exercise. Oh, yes, you do. And I don't care what level of fitness you are. Again, check with your doctor and ask them what they can do. You can do. You may not can go out and run a big old marathon. We're not asking you to do that. But even if you can just walk, even if you walk slowly, Jesus walked everywhere he went. The brief little 33 years he was here, you hardly ever saw him on the donkey. He was walking. And one of the best exercises you can really do is walk. So walk at least 3 to 5 times a week for at least 30 minutes. Go at your own pace, go slow. I don't care if it takes you forever to go to the block and come back again. Exercise stimulates the circulation. It makes the muscles nice and strong, and you feel better. When you exercise, you release a substance in your body called endorphins. These are naturally feel-good substances that make you feel good. That's why if you look at people that just work out, they got this big, silly grin on their face. You know why? Because they got all these endorphins circulating in their system. So what you want to do is always, to recap this, remember CAB. You want to know your cholesterol, your hemoglobin, A1C, and your blood pressure. You always want to get those eyes checked, because you always want to look at me, and I love it when you all look at me and tune into the program. You want to get your feet checked, so we don't be having to talk to you about amputations, because that's a common thing that we see in diabetes. We have to amputate toes and legs, and we don't even want to go there. And you want to exercise, and you want to eat right. So these are some tips I've given you to help defeat this monster, and we can do it. Just put a little effort in it. And that's my little story on diabetes, and we will see you next time right here on The Medical Moment.